Hey, good morning from Zephyrhills. We are going to be doing some training jumps again. Looks like a nice, beautiful day. And yeah, we're approaching the airport here. I think this is the Wings facility coming up here. First rig I ever jumped, I think, was manufactured right here. Today, each dive flow that they're doing is going to be different. They're not going to be repeating any. We're also going to be going out at 10:05 instead of 13. Looks like these guys are about to go out. Alright, that was a fast exit speed, and it's cold, very cold out here, but very beautiful. Alright, so I'm going to work on tightening up my eggs a little bit. I felt like I was a little bit far away in the beginning on that one. There are specific speed settings and flap settings for the aircraft, for the Otter, for competitions, and it's a little bit faster than what we sometimes do, or what's ideal, especially when letting out a bunch of different groups. That's one reason we did 2 passes. We're going pretty fast. Boom! Canopy kiss! What do you say with some of the differences between flying in the tunnel and up there in the sky?
Yeah.
6 is a good example.
6 is a great example, which we're going to do on the next jump. In the tunnel, we set a fall rate by the tunnel, and then we can all kind of tell if we're following that fall rate by the visual cues in the tunnel. In the sky, we can't see that, and so what we have to make sure is that we have a faster fall rate so that John, because he flies faster than me, he has to be able to go over me. So Reid and I have to be going faster so that he is able to get over.
So you don't need to worry about the fall rate differences as much, changing your fall rate.
We do in the sky, because
in the sky more.
We don't have a point of reference.
Right.
Like the wind speed in the tunnel gives us
constant,
the reference.
and that's your reference.
And here we could, like, I could be really lazy and be really flat, and he's fighting
so you
it,
don't
and I don't
want to
know
take
it.
advantage of that.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So like in the tunnel with the 6, he just flies straight over, and I slow down and go up and above, and because the winds are stronger, so I can get a lot more slow fall rate than in the sky. So in the sky, he's got to come down for me a little bit to offset for that. So it's kind of different. We fly it one way in the tunnel, we have to do it different.
Just slightly differently in the tunnel. Yep.
There you go. Cool. All right, we're just going to do one more today. I'm going to try to improve my performance on that one. I felt like I was orbiting a little bit on that one, and then my exit wasn't quite as clean as jump number 2. So yeah, let's go up and give it a final jump. How old do you think that is? climbing. Is that Orlando in the distance? No idea. Probably. Look at these guys. Yeah, slightly windy. We're kind of watching all the jumps we did, all four, kind of going through.
Look at the center.
So for me, I thought my second jump was the best. I actually got them out of the frame, you might have noticed briefly on that last one. I was overcompensating, bringing my chin down a little bit too much. Those wings tend to tilt you up, so I was actually concentrating a little bit too much on having my chin down. Live and learn, right? Eight. Kind of a harder one, isn't it? 8 points on that one, and 10 on the one you just looked at.
Yeah.
And the end of another fine day at Skydive City.